Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping right into something pretty fascinating, the fundamental design thinking behind AI agent systems.
Yeah, the core ideas. And you pointed us towards some really good starting points.
Exactly, including that key article from aagent.marktechpost.com, the top 6 agentic AI design patterns one.
That's a great piece. It really gives a focused view. It lines up well with, broader stuff like Google's AI Agents Companion or OpenAI's guides, though we won't dive deep into those today.
Right. Think of this as maybe a shortcut, a way to quickly grasp the main ways people are actually building these intelligent agents.
Precisely. And that term design patterns, it might sound a bit technical.
Yeah, a little bit jargony maybe.
But it's really just about, smart, reusable solutions for problems that keep popping up when you build things.
Okay. So like blueprints for AI agents.
Yeah.
Ways to give them structure.
Exactly. Blueprints is a good way to think about it. We're going to unpack the essence of those top 6 from the article you sent.
Good. Because understanding how these systems are put together is key.
And what's really interesting is how these patterns sort of map to the core functions of an agent. Like, how does it see the world or perceive its environment?
Right. How it takes information in.
And then how does it think? How does it process that info to make decisions?
Okay, the reasoning part.
And finally, how does it actually do things? Act on those decisions to reach its goals. Each pattern gives a different angle on these basic questions.
So as we talk through this, you can almost think of these patterns as different core abilities we're giving the AI.
Yeah, it's different ways of operating.
Like, think about a big task, say, writing a complex report. One pattern might be all about how the AI breaks that huge job down into
No.
smaller steps, right? Like research, outlining, drafting sections, that kind of thing. It's like building in a project manager.
That's a perfect analogy. Yeah. And another pattern might focus entirely on learning. How does the agent look back at what it did and figure out how to do it better next time?
So like a self-improvement loop.
Exactly that. It's like an internal feedback mechanism. And that's crucial for making these agents genuinely effective, not just following instructions.
Okay. Let's make it even more concrete. Say you're building an AI to help plan a vacation.
Right.
So one specific design pattern might lay out the exact process for how it gathers the needed info.
Yeah.
Checking flight prices, looking at hotels, finding things to do.
It defines that workflow, how it understands what you need and what the options are, that specific structure.
Got it. And this ties into that other resource, right? The Beginner's Guide to LangGraph.
Yes, exactly. That's the practical side. Understanding these patterns, these concepts we're talking about, it's not just theory.
It's the foundation.
It's really the essential first step if you actually want to build agents using a tool like LangGraph. LangGraph gives you the framework, the toolkit, to implement these patterns in code.
Okay, so the article gives us the core concepts, the big ideas.
The blueprint.
And LangGraph is like the construction set for actually using those blueprints. It really shows that building smart AI isn't just about having a powerful model.
No, not at all. The underlying structure, the design, is just as important, maybe even more so in some cases.
It seems like grasping these basic design principles helps you see the logic, the common threads, running through different kinds of AI agents.
It absolutely does. You start to understand why they're built a certain way. It helps you make smarter choices if you're involved in building or using this tech, which is, evolving super fast.
So wrapping up, the main takeaway here is that this article on the top 6 agentic AI design patterns offers you a really valuable way to look at things.
A framework.
Yeah, a framework for understanding how we're designing and building these increasingly capable AI agents. It helps cut through some of the complexity.
It really does. And that leaves us with a final thought, something for you to chew on. Think about this. What happens when we start combining these different design patterns, not just using one, but mixing and matching them in creative ways? What kind of new, maybe even more sophisticated AI agents could emerge from those combinations? What possibilities open up then?